right, not many games remain in the season, and the posturing beginning for these teams as they jostle for postseason positioning.
Yeah, this is the time to give full effort and to really communicate. When the pressure rises, teams can either gel together or fall apart.
And the starting group for the Spurs, filling the perimeter spots, are Castle and Vassell. Then there's Wembanyama, and it's Fox, and it's Champagnie in at the power forward position. Here's Castle, following the bucket by the Jazz. They get it again. Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Castle. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. And that one's good, Champagnie.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating. The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Outside, Fox. A new 14-second shot clock for San Antonio.
Yeah, you look at this run they're on, and you have to give a lot of credit to their effort on the glass.
Here's Bailey. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Castle. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
So it's the Jazz now. 7-point differential. Here's Collier. Offline with his three. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Harper comes in for De'Aaron Fox. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about Victor Wembanyama and what he wants to see from his team defensively, and he said, I want to see us knock him off balance a little bit, be tough, physical. That's how you get into his head, and that's how you frustrate him. Expect to see a lot of defensive aggression against Wembanyama tonight. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
So it's the Jazz now, after the basket by San Antonio, and the three ball is good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Here's Bailey. Castle covering. Bailey passes to Williams. And it's off from three-point range. Vassell wide open. Off target from outside. Jazz trail by 9. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Tries from 16. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here's Barnes. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Isaiah Collier. San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game. That's good from Barnes. So both teams making some changes here. Barnes hits them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
3 seconds left. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Harper is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Kornet in at the center position. Fox with it. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Kornet. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Kornet's got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs. Here's Bailey. Good. A nice assist for Williams. 12 points for Ace Bailey.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Yeah, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And he's good on the three ball.
The floor general of this team, Fox with a nice setup there.
Victor Wembanyama is checked in for the Spurs. Here's a look at some of the stats for him. Jazz trail by 11. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Barnes can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Fox dishes to Harper. Johnson kicks to Barnes. Johnson. And Johnson is right there.
Yeah, there's no quit in Johnson's game. He plays with great energy.
Here's Fox. The rebound by the Jazz.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contribution.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
That falls. High speed that time from Harper. Fox has got 5 now. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Fires away from way outside. That shot missing. Spurs leading by 16. Barnes passes to Fox. Back to Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
For three, Williams. The Jazz with another miss.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Fox kicks to Hart. Off target from three-point range. The Jazz shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. The three. Shots good by Filipowski. He has 5.
Well, we see this more and more. Big guys who can really shoot it from deep.
The wide open look here for Fox. Hits it from three-point range. Fox has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for San Antonio. Here's Filipowski, and Utah another 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Count that one.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
And the basket by Bailey.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Now, here's Fox. He's guarded closely. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Spurs lead by 14. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny.
Well, right now for the Spurs, they're in good position. Definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the... All right, getting back to this game now, and the sensational play from Victor Wembanyama.
7.
Thank you for being with us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
We've got Bailey. Williams is out there with John Conchar. Then there's Kevin Love. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half.
And Vassell's jumper continues to evolve and improve. He's a real threat off the catch.
Here we go, Coach. The 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
Filipowski, he's checked in for the Jazz.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Champagnie. Rebound, Utah.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Spurs leading by 13. Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone